Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Freedom Call. You're going to be excited tonight. This is an amazing presentation from our senior partner, founder of Wealth Builders Worldwide, Mr. Ty Best. Mr. Best, are you there?
Yes, sir. Wide open.
All right. Good evening to you. Over to you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Delco. All right, folks. Look, I'm going to ask you tonight because tonight I'm going to do my best to stay as calm as possible because I want you to take some notes tonight. Because I'm gonna cover everything I could possibly think about. Mr. Delco, and I asked Mr. Delco to join me because I know when these two minds get together, we can put some things together, some things we can think about. And so for those who are looking for the analytics tonight, you had the wrong call. For those guests here for the first time, this is not the presentation for you. This is a presentation for that person who says, I want to build this thing. I want to get free in the next 12 to 24 months. I want to find myself in a position where I never have to go to work for anyone again in my life. Now, for those who might be new and don't know, my name again is Ty Best. I've been in the industry for 37 years. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, and believe me, the good far outweighs the bad and the ugly. But I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, my wife has been free since 1987, meaning she's not had to work a job outside this home. She's worked. Please don't misunderstand that. She's worked, but she's never had to clock in anybody's clock. She worked when she want to work and when she don't want to work. And some days she might work 18 hours one day and none for the next 2-3 days. And one day she might work 6 hours. That's been her lifestyle for since 1987. I guess that's been over 33 years now. My son, he's 35 years old. He's never applied for a job a day in his life. My 20-year-old, the same thing for him. And then I worked this business part-time for 12 years. So I'm also the guy you don't want to call and say it can't be done in your spare time. It can't be done in the cracks. But at 40 years old, I was able to walk into a 6-figure job and say, I'm done. And it was fun. And I mean that seriously. It was fun. It took me 12 years of part-time effort. It won't take you that long, but it took me 12 years. Or you willing to pay the price, whatever the price is. I was willing to pay that price once I understood what freedom was all about. And so tonight, what I'm going to share with you, Sherry Brown fired me up. I've been thinking about this for the last couple of days, but Sherry Brown put the icing on it with her pre-call this morning, of course. Same thing, Miss Maxine Jones, same thing, Mr. Taylor on Monday. Man, all the moderators just crank me up every day, folks. I have so many things going around my head, but I thought this was appropriate because we are about to take on a new journey. Freebay has been announced, okay? And I mean, for those who don't understand this change, what this change means and what this change will mean over the next few months, I'm not gonna hype that up tonight. I'm just gonna tell you that for those who see that vision, to see where we're going, that's okay, the sky's the limit. For those who don't, it's okay. You can watch and get rolling later. But I'm gonna go through some things. I call this the gospel of networking. And I wrote down 10 points that Mr. Delco and I want to discuss that are pivotal to you succeeding in this business. And I don't believe those things are negotiable. And when you negotiate these things we're going to discuss today, you haven't really negotiated these things. You're just going to diminish the chance of you getting the things, the dream that you have as fast as you want to have it. Okay, a part of why it took me 12 years was some of it was the system I was involved in. Some of it was some things I had to learn. But I would venture to say maybe 50% or more of it was me. I had to do a lot of work on me. Okay, and I'm still working on me right now today. So I'm gonna cover some of these things, and I'm gonna cover these points. I want you to write these down, and I don't care what anybody else says. Okay, about how important or not important they think they are, that's okay. Okay, this is what I've proven, what has been demonstrated to me over the last 37 years in industry to help me out, and I believe it will help you when you understand these things. And don't negotiate, don't try to change, don't try to figure these things out. Just take these things based on my experience and some other folks' experience who are here with us tonight, who are going to share. If your goal is to succeed, I mean to succeed big time. I don't mean to make an extra $300-400 a month. You don't have to do any of these things I'm going to talk about if your goal is an extra $300-400 a month. But if your goal in networking, if your goal is, I want to become financially independent, I am sick and tired of the job. I'm sick and tired of boss. I'm sick and tired of this 40-year plan. I'm sick and tired of swallowing the red pill the blue pill day after day after day. I'm gonna take this red pill and I'm gonna march and run down that rabbit hole with Miss Sherry Brown. So first things first is the dream. Now I know there is Tyrone. We got it. No, you don't have it. I believe some people don't get it. They just think that's something we say. I'm going to tell you something. You've got to have a dream or something that you really truly want. Okay, if this is just a money hustle to you, then you go to the next money hustle, you'll quit, you'll come back, you'll quit, because it's just a money hustle when you find yourself in a money situation. I submit to you that the majority of people who get in this business, they don't even get in the business till their tail's on fire. Many people don't even come because they either think they're too good for networking, they're too big for it, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay, the dream is the number one thing. What is your why? You got to know what that is. And so at 28 years old, when that gentleman offered me that red pill, that's not what it, because the Matrix movie wasn't even out, but I think it's such a great metaphor. When I was offered this opportunity to be free, I mean, understand, the only reason I paid attention because the guy talked about an extra $1,500 a month. That's only $1,500 a month part-time. I will never forget the question to this day. He looked me straight in the face. He said, do you know, he third part of the question. He said, do you know anyone who would like to make an extra $1,500 a month? And I said, yes, me. And that started me on this journey. I didn't get excited until I sat in the room and this guy started talking about freedom. What is the number one thing we sell, folks? It's freedom. Okay, it's not gold. It's not. See, when you're in the network marketing business and you think the number one thing you sell is weight loss, you think the number one thing you sell is whatever it is. If you think that product is the thing that's going to drive your business to the marketplace, you still don't get it. It's great to have a good product, but there are many companies who've succeeded beyond our wildest imagination with a mediocre product. We just happen to have a great product, and our product is gold. Okay, our basic fundamental foundational product is gold. That's our company. Okay, see, so you got to understand the dream is everything. And for those companies who understand how to emphasize the dream, how to share the dream, how to get people to decide, find that thing they want, okay, those companies excel. And by the way, you just can't say you want this dream. If your dream is a new car, I mean, there's some fundamental basics to what I call dream building, folks. If your dream is a new car, you got to go see that new car. If your dream is a new house, you got to go out and look at new homes. Better go out at least 2-3 times a month and look at $1 million properties. I mean, go drive through them. There's open house. We go inside them. Like we're about them right now, because we might be. Okay? We go inside. I mean, you got to have a visceral experience to your dream. You got to connect to your dream. You just can't say, I like me. If your dream is to get freedom, you got to practice some freedom days. Some days you got to take time off from work and sleep to the crack of noon. Some days you got to lay around the house. You got to have some practice freedom days. Okay, what would you do? You got to ask yourself, what would you do in your life if time and money was not an issue? If you didn't have to sell 40 to 60 hours a week? I know I'm beating this horse to death, because this is the key right there. You have got to have a dream for you, and then you got to inspire other people to start to dream again. Oh, it's great when they get excited about the goal, or excited about whatever product you might be marketing. It's great when they get excited about some product that your company has, but the number one thing they got to be excited about, they got to be excited about some dream that's personal to them. Some people, it's a new cars, and Lamborghinis, and Ferraris, and Rolls Royce, it's a house, it's a car, it's travel. Everybody got that thing. You got to listen until you find that hot button. And when you find that hot button, you got to hone in on that, not just for you first, but then you got to hone on it with every single person on your team that you talk to. Okay? Mr. Doug, you want to add anything to that?
You must have felt me. You must have felt me on that one. Oh, man. One little thing.
Look, I appreciate you being here.
First of all, thank you, Mr. Best, for letting me share any platform with you anywhere in the world. I've had an opportunity to speak with you on stages around the world. I've traveled around and we shared good moments when we've won different awards and helped people around the world do things. And so this is just a continuation of my mentorship menteeship with you and Miss Valerie Best. So thank you for that. First of all, I can't ever have an opportunity to speak in tandem with you without saying that. That's so vital to me. I mean, you and Valerie Best have been solid gold, pun intended, for me and my family. All right. So I just got to add one little piece to this dream thing, guys. Check this out. Would you believe me if I told you that your ability to dream creates irresistible energy that draws your dreams to you? Would you believe me if I told you that? And here's how you know that what I just said is true. When you really become proficient at dreaming, you'll find yourself being in situations saying, how did this happen? Why am I on this call? How did they find me? Why did they sign up with me? Where did this money come from? I'm telling you right now, if you become proficient in your dreams, when I mean dream is when you think about it, you get teary-eyed. I don't mean a why like they used to say in network marketing training, a why that makes you cry. I think that's apropos because when you get really rooted in your dreams, you'll think about it and you'll tear up. You'll walk out on a plot of land and see your mansion. It'll be real to you. You'll feel more real in your dream state than you are in your natural state. Your natural state. That's why I was saying on the call today, you can overcome challenges if you can just see yourself a year from now. Start dreaming really, really, really big, even if you never accomplish it. I love what Mr. Best said on that video. I'd rather chase a dream that never comes true than to live my life with no dream at all. So start dreaming real big where you can taste it, feel it, see it, like it's tangible for you and you're giddy because you know it's just a matter of time. That's a real dream. And a real dream fuels your activity. If you're not moving towards it with the activities that bring it, you don't have a dream yet because a real dream makes you work. It changes your work ethic. So again, a real dream will create ridiculous, irresistible energy that starts bringing the things that bring your dream. Those things will start to show up autonomically. You'll be like, whoa, I was just thinking about you. I couldn't find your number, and that person will show up. That lets you know your dream is drawing the manifestation to you. That's all I want to say, Mr. Best.
Hey, see, I knew you could take me down a hole, and I mean, look, and we just on 0.1, and I think we're at 10.5 on. But this is the most important one. Because you heard me say 1,000 times, if the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. We're not doing brain surgery here.
One more. You messed me up. If the dream's not big enough, the facts don't count. Guys, that works. Okay, first time I heard Mr. Best say that, he said, if the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. And I heard, if you got a big enough dreams, the obstacles don't matter. That's what I heard. There's a second side to that. If the dream is not big enough, the facts don't count either. If the dream is big enough, if you don't have a dream, you can have all the education, all the connections, all the everything, pedigree, right? You can have the biggest list. You can understand everything. If you don't have a dream, the facts don't count. The facts of I'm smart, I'm sharp, I know people, I'm connected, I'm whatever, rich already. I got resources. If you don't have a big enough dream, the good facts won't help you. They might help you a little bit, but they won't help you as big as they could if you get that dream. And I totally didn't get this one part right here. I know y'all have heard me say one of the things I didn't do when I was in my early career in network marketing is I didn't go to the events. That was true, but I also didn't have a dream. I was doing network marketing trying to make money. You gotta have a dream first and the money will catch you. The money will chase you. Oh man, I could talk about that one right there now. After I've listened for these 6-7 years, that one, Mr. Best, that was the game changer for me right there.
You have to get out the short-term money hustle business, and when you start getting the dream, as you have a dream that's bigger than self. That's the other thing. When your dream is bigger than self, it will propel you. I think that's why the scripture says a good man leaves an inheritance for their children's children. That's a dream bigger than self. It don't take much as a grown man to take care of yourself. I mean, let's get real for a minute. That's another seminar. Okay, got to get on track. Your dream. Thank you, Mr. Depp. See, that's what I'm saying, folks, man. That dream. You could be the smartest, most intelligent person in the world, but if you don't have that dream that fires you up in the morning, man, you just won't apply yourself. You could have the greatest IQ in the world. You could be the smartest. It just don't matter. You can have all the resources. It don't matter. You don't have a why to do it. Man, we got more PhDs hanging around this thing, not doing it, that you can shake a stick at.
Well, one more. Look, I keep saying one more, and I got one more. Look, watch this. I'm gonna mess Ty Best up on this one. Without your dream being on fleek, you young people know about fleek, right? Without your dream being lit, like that dream that wakes you up early and puts you to bed late and wakes you up early, without that dream being really, really tangible in your mind, it makes the work part harder. Guys, when you get a big dream, it makes the work easier. If you don't have a dream, it makes the work harder.
Look, versus if you don't have a big dream, you do feel like you're working. But when you have a dream and you chase your dream, you're not working. And
right.
You're not working. Folks, when I got a dream at 20 years old, I mean, if you saw my grind from 28 to 40, it would scare you out the business. But I'm not, see, Lord have mercy. I want to stay there, I want to tell you, but I want to get through these points, and we'll have to come back and talk about the dream again and really hone in on this dream thing. This way, the next point, Mr. Deco, really talk, why? Focus. See, if you don't have a dream, you have a diminished focus. If you don't know what you want, I mean, what do you do when you aiming, if you are shooting a rifle or aiming a bullseye, if you're shooting a bow and arrow, you're not doing this with the bow and arrow. You can't go after your dream with a Uzi. You gotta have a pinpoint laser focus on what it is that you want. You got to focus on that dream. And I put that up because the first time I heard this, it blew my mind. The state that here's how you got to get this vertical alignment going in your life over an extended period of time. The vertical alignment says faith, family, your job. For those who have a job, okay, don't shortchange your job. Do your job. I did my job for 12 years. I was still one of the best employees, associates in my company, period. I did my job. I did extra hours. I gave the time. Because I understood my job would finance my freedom. But when I saw that alignment said, your faith, God, family, job, then your business. It said, now that's what you want to do if you want to be free the next 12, 24 months. That's the vertical alignment. However, okay, if you got before business, you got tennis, bowling, baseball, football, whatever, all that stuff in between there, you either don't have a dream that you'll focus on, or you just like this to happen for you. See, I wanted dream. When I talk about Dante Taylor could taste the dream, I could taste that dream, folks. You had no idea. Man, when that guy talked to me about freedom, man, I didn't care about no cars. I didn't care about the house. All I cared about was sleeping till the crack of noon. All I cared about was not having to give and shovel that snow. You have no idea. You talking about a burn? I couldn't even, look, when I got in this business in 1983, just trying to tell you about focus, I would spend on average 30 hours a week in the gym. If you could have seen me, I was 175 pounds. I had about a 6-7% maybe body fat. I had muscles coming out my neck, delts up to here, chest out to here. I pull on the shirt, my biceps be bulging out my arm. All you see there is I had the flab now. But it was like I was in the gym. Okay, my warm-up was 30 minutes on the life cycle. Then I go do a lower body, and then I go swim for 3-4 miles. That's 5 and 6 days a week. Val was the same thing. We lived at the gym. Man, what I got to say about networking, folks, I couldn't even focus. I couldn't focus on the gym. I mean, I was so on fire for the dream, I could go to get me a workout, but I couldn't go there and stay 3 hours. I'm thinking about who I'm not calling, who I'm not talking to, who I'm not doing a meeting for. That's focus. Some of you right now, Mr. Deck, go ahead, man.
No, I'm not touching it. Roll. That's amazing.
You know, it's, and I listen. See, people tell me sometimes, they call me, well, my business is not going the way I want to go. And I watch what they post. I watch what they do. You know what? I mean, 90% of my posts on Facebook got something to do with Carrot Bars. I ain't posting about, the cat chasing the dog tail. I mean, if I might share it, if I'm really fascinated, I might share it. I might share some music every now and then, some inspiration. But everything I post on Facebook is about inspiring people to go chase their dream, even if it's not Karatbars. Because see, I'm not hung up on everybody being in Karatbars either. I'm just not. I've been hung up on chasing my dream and encouraging people to chase their dream, whatever their dream is. And their dream may not be Karatbars. Their dream may be something else. I don't get, look, that's a whole nother sit back. I'm about to go out so many roads, Mr. Delco. I'm just saying, focus. And focus to me still means I don't care what they say. It's ride one horse forever. Okay. When you get up, when that horse dies, pick up another horse if you want to. But I don't care what anybody say, you ain't riding on two horses ever. Okay, and I've said it again, even those who think they're riding two, they riding one and drag another one. Or they riding one and put it over behind them, but they ain't riding two horses. They may think they're riding two horses. And I've been in the industry 37 years, and I haven't found a person yet to build two businesses at the same time to $100,000 a year in income. I ain't talking about $1 million, I'm talking about 100,000. It is as difficult as possible just to build one. Now you're gonna try to build two or three. I heard about a guy yesterday on the team, he in 6 deals. Okay, now I know for a fact he's not making any money in any of them, but he's in 6 of them at one time. Okay, and he said he'll never commit to one company again. I said, God bless you, my brother. Do what you got to do. Okay, but I'll encourage you, don't take that person's advice. Don't follow that person. Don't listen to what they're saying to you. Okay, and look, and when I find a guy who's built 2 of them at one time, I didn't say, no, I says, I have had income coming from 3 different network marketing companies at one time, but I've never built them at the same time. I remember building one. I built my first company for 10 years. 1993, I said, I'm done. That company continued to pay me until 1996. Every single month, it paid Valorant like clockwork for 3 years. But I never touched those. I was gone. I said, I'm out. And man, look, and now I made more money than I made when I was working. I was like, wow, this is interesting. Okay. Okay. So it was crazy. And then in 1996, my wife and I sold that business. I'm telling you the gospel, some stuff. Anyway, so focus, folks, get that focus. And watch this. Here's another reason. And right now, it's critical that you focus on this next 90. You know why? Because you have a chance one more time to create a fast 90-day story. Here comes FreeBay. We're launching a brand new company, but not from the ground floor. God, you don't even understand. I don't know if you understand. Calm down, Tom. We're launching a brand new company, but you're not brand new. You're coming in with, some of you, with an existing team that's already in place. And more importantly, you're coming in with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years of network marketing experience and training in a system that says, now you've got it. You've been reading books. You've been listening to audios. You've been getting the attitude. You done heard Jim Rohn, Les Brown, Anthony Robbins. Man, you got Brian Tracy. Your attitude is ready. And September 10th hit, it's like, go. Create that 90-day stories. Create your own Michael Delco story. See, 90 days, but by June, we should be telling your story about what you've done in your first 90 days in FreeBay. Oh my God. Wait a minute. But we can only tell your story if you commit to focus the next 90 days. Mr. Delco, you want to add anything, man?
I have to. I got a call tonight from a dear brother, business partner, and of course, he wasn't necessarily realizing what he wanted to realize in Karatbars. So he started another business and was doing fairly decent with that business. I think it slowed down a bit, whatever the case was, it's fine. And so he called me tonight. He was concerned about us launching FreeBay. And he said, I'm concerned about that. Should I move my assets from Karatbars? Because guys, I mean, we don't have the time to even list the merits of Karatbars. Mr. Best made a statement to me one time. He said, we don't have time to tell you how good this is. Just trust me and join. It's really, truly that critical. And we don't have any time to even tell you how powerful the Karatbars account is. So he said, should I move my assets back since something's wrong? I said, bro. And I told him how many of the assets I had. I said, this is how much I have. So I don't tell you what to do. I tell you what I'm doing. I'm not touching 1 gram. And he was like, wow. And I said, furthermore, not only do you retain your assets, you retain all of your physical assets, you retain all of your crypto assets. And the opportunity is expanding for you, even with those 2 assets, and you retain your entire organization. No one moves.
Mm.
He's like, wait, what? I said, bro, all the work you did over the last 3 years, you retain all that labor. So when Mr. Best said we're launching a brand new company without having to redo the work, that's a 3-day seminar. How would you like it if you could launch a brand new business and start it with the 500 people that were in the old business you had?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And you didn't have to move. Wow. You didn't have to physically try to move them. You understand now? Okay, my wife and I launched a brand new company in 7 days. This is almost 20 years ago. I'm trying to tell you guys how phenomenal this is. We had an organization of 100,000 people. Some situations didn't work out, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Okay, on December 24th, you talking about inconvenience? It was Christmas Eve. I flew home, my wife, I said, Valerie, before I even got home, I said, we got to start a company. I said, and we got 7 days. Please hear what I'm saying to you. I said, and we got 7 days. That was Christmas Eve. On December 30th, we launched. On January 2nd, we opened the doors. Okay, 7 days. We didn't do much. We didn't really celebrate Christmas Eve, Christmas, the day after. We worked literally probably 20 hours a day for the next 7 days. Okay, and wait a minute. The point of the story is this. I had to manually, I didn't have the database move. As a company I was part owner of, I had to manually reconstruct that whole organization from memory and fight to keep the line of sponsorship in place. Okay, what we got, we had none of that. It's just done. Man, you don't even understand. So so the point on number 2 is, oh God, what time is it, man? We crazy. You know, hey folks, I'm trying to take, look, okay, we're gonna go through these next fast. Focus, get your fast start. Point number 3, commitment. Okay, this is the gospel. You gotta commit. This I will do. We'll say focus, commit. Most people don't want to commit. Okay. I mean, I've been accused the last 2-3 days. Somebody said, man, you guys got a cult-like commitment. You try to create some kind of cult. I said, well, if you want to call it that, call it. We try to create a success cult. You're right. And I had to tell him, I said, but you're in a cult now. So what? I said, you're in the NFL cult. So what do you mean? I said, man, you got NFL colors in your house, NFL colors in your car. You wear NFL colors every day. If that ain't a cult, what is it? But it's a football cult. You got the NBA. I saw it. I said, see, don't let somebody try to fool you and make you think because you committed and fanatical about your sports team, that's okay. But if you're fanatical about your business, about your freedom, about your family being financially secure, there's something wrong with that. Okay? That's another seminar. Commit, man. Mr. Dell, go ahead. Stop me. Slow me
down. Our jobs were cults. Please. They made us dress a certain way. They made us park in a certain parking lot. Hey, so much a cult until when you lost your job, either by downsizing or firing, you felt like somebody stole your life from you. I remember watching a commercial where the coal miners, they were crying. They were devastated. Our family, we've been working in these mines for the last 100 years, and they closed the mine. They took our life, took your life. You talking about a cult, like you'll die if they fire you. You know, you wear the badge, you got the mug from the company, right? I'm telling you, we'll put a bumper sticker on your car. Woo. You identify yourself by your job, you put it on your Facebook, on your Instagram. Oh, hey, it's just shifting your commitment from some secular job to your networking business. So that's it for me on that. Commitment for sure.
But Mr. I'm gonna say one more thing in reference to the job thing. And please, for folks, I'm not bashing jobs. I'm not bashing jobs. I'm not bashing NFL or being committed to your sports team. I'm saying get all this stuff in perspective. Because most of us, we've been taught to not value our time. We spend our time doing things that are not what I call critically important. Now, I don't think money is everything, but I have learned that money is pretty important. Okay, as one of the speakers I first said, money is not everything, but it's right up there with oxygen. You got to have some, okay? Okay, you got to have some. That's critical, okay? And how you going to get some if it's priority number 9, 10, or 11 on your list, okay? You got to commit and say, this thing I will do. Let's go number 4. Number 4 is persist. You got to be persistent. Now, by the way, these things don't just apply to networking. They apply more to networking than they do your job. You know why? Because your job is something you got to do, or you're not going to eat, and you're not going to have a roof over your head. It's so important in networking because this is voluntary. Most of you right now on the call right now, you're not going to starve to death if you don't build your networking business. You go find you another job, you work 2-3 jobs, and you'll be okay. I said earlier before we first got started, the majority of people come in this business, their tail's on fire. They wait till 2 months behind in rent or 2 months behind in mortgage, and then they say, oh, I guess I'll do that networking thing. Okay, then once they get involved, they say, oh my God, this is the greatest thing in the world. Okay, I didn't realize what an anomaly that Val and I were to highly paid, college-educated people in 1983 decide to start a home-based business selling soap. Okay, people thought we were insane because everybody was running around with status and looking good and getting these jobs in major corporations, and they were happy with that, and they were happy with their 401k and happy with their profit sharing and happy with their stock options, and everybody was running around in the 80s being yuppies and bumps. I had to figure black upwardly mobile professionals, bumps. Okay, black upwardly mobile professionals. We were bumps. We were dual income, no kids. We were dinks. Let's see, we crossed all the. We were bumps. We were dinks. We was everything. Okay, making $60,000, $70,000 a year in $1970, and no kids. Okay, and everybody said, "What? You don't need the money. You got this job." Man, we saw this freedom thing. We saw this opportunity to be wealthy. We saw this opportunity to do something significant, as John Maxwell said, in life. Well, I didn't know. The guy told me it was a 2 to 5 year plan. I didn't know. It took Val 4 years to get free. It took me 12. Will you persist? Will you give yourself time to succeed and give your team time to succeed? Everybody right now, how many of you have been in the business for a year, 2 or 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? And please put it in the chat room. I've had people come back to you after watching you for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years, and then go, I'm ready to go. They watch you. Your credibility is based on what you are doing, not what you achieve, not your car you're driving. It's based on your consistent, persistent action over an extended period of time. I'm telling you right now, in this business you come in, you got to put the blinders on, and you might have to build for a year or two to establish yourself as a serious person doing your business. They can't take you serious if the day you call them about this thing, and then the next week, next month, or 2 months from now, you call about another deal, and then 6 months from now, you call about another deal, and 2 days you call about another deal. They said, man, that's why I can't, man, okay, no. The longer they see you focus in what you're doing, the more folks will start to join. And some of you come into business with more credibility than others. Some of you come into business with tremendous credibility, you go. But you got to give yourself time to succeed, and you got to give your team time to succeed. I told you in the beginning, I had a lot of growth. I had a lot of rough edges I had to pick off. So you guys know Mr. Best. You guys don't know Ronnie, okay? You know Mr. Best, okay? You don't know Ronnie, and you don't know Tyrone, okay? Okay, I'm telling you, you don't know. See, you don't know those folks, okay? This is real talk tonight. I'm trying to tell you, okay? Look, I cuss like a sailor when I got in the business. Every other word, I talk like most people. I talk like a lot of people in my community. Not everybody, but some folks know what I'm saying. Okay? Okay, now I didn't talk like that on the job, but once I left the job, I talked like Ron. I talked like I grew up talking. You know, okay, I said all the stuff. I heard Zig Ziglar say that stuff don't sell. He said, this don't sell. Don't sell well. And I believe it still don't today. But hey, you be you. I'm just talking about it. So I had to take off some of the edges. Okay, that's me. You got to look at your edge and say, what do you want to take off? And see, I took off a lot of edges. You know why? Because I wanted to cut the widest path through the population. I wasn't going to do something that made somebody not relate to me. See, I can't tell a person how to dress. Person, well, I guess got to be me. Be you. But if you want to put 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 in your organization, I don't want to miss out on a person because they don't particularly care about some aspect of me. I'm out to get everybody I possibly can. Now, there are some folks I understand I can't get everybody. I understand that. But I'm going to be the best I can to widen my sphere of influence. That's me. Give myself time to see. Number 5. Oh, boy. This one right here, Mr. Delkin, I talk about it all the time. Plug in. Jesus, man. Plug in. It's so simple what we do. We say plug in. I mean, it's plug in. Plug into the success system. Plug in. Wealthbuildersworldwide.info. And you know what's so beautiful about wealthbuildersworldwide.info? As Sean Puffy said, we ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. We bad boys for life. I mean, we gone. Okay, we make, look, I said, what we gonna do with Wealth Builders? I said, what we gotta do? We take off and put Freebay, what the other name was. We gone. We already here. Okay, my message has not changed in 30 years. Get a dream, plug into the system, follow the system, give yourself time to succeed. Products change, companies change, names change, all those things have changed. What we're doing, the system has not changed. This is the same system I use with the addition of the technology now. Because 20 years ago, it was make a phone call, maybe do a three-way and go to somebody's house. Now it's, hey, make a phone call, drive them to a Zoom, drive them to a 12 o'clock presentation, drive them to a 9 o'clock presentation, and keep going. You can build a $100,000 a year income from home. Plug into the system. While I'm on the system thing real fast, I know the time is going by. Read books. Well, let me put it this way. No. Plug into the system and commit to personal development. Now, I know for those who have never heard of personal development before, that means you're going to work on you and becoming a better version of you. Your core self is always going to be there. You hear the statement all the time say, money will not change you. Money will make you more of what you already are. Money don't change people. Okay, money does not change me. Money made me more of what I see. If you are a giving person with no money, I mean, how many of you know broke people who give you the shirt off their back? They don't have any money and they give you the shirt off their back. Okay, and then you know people who won't do that, who didn't have any money, and when they get money, they still won't change. They'll still be the same person. If they were tight at $10,000 a month, they're gonna be tight at $1 million a month. If they were blank holes at $10,000 a month, they're gonna be a bigger blank hole at $1 million a month. It's not gonna change. And you can't change them. But what we all can change is ourselves. And that's why no matter what person, authority you hear in this industry or in business, they said the biggest investment you need to make is an investment in self. Work on you. Okay, you should not be the same person after 1 year and plugged into Wealth Builders Worldwide. You should not be the same person. And you should not be the same person 5 years from now. And none of us on this call should be the same people 10 years from now. We want to build this organization to over 1 million. There's over 100,000 here now. We want to build it to 1 million people. We need more leaders. More leaders. We're leaders who are teaching leaders to become leaders. We're teachers who are teaching teachers to become teachers. That's what we do. Okay? We don't want to be, look, as Freebay gets launched, we want leaders to pop up all over the world and want to be telling your story. Ms. Day, you want to add anything?
Not a thing. It's perfect.
Then here's number six. Number six, change. Man, when I heard that a long time, learn, change, and adapt. Now, that's hard. I mean, brother, Dr. Dominique Carey did some other day, man, that just illustrated how hard. It's a simple task. He said, cross your arms and do it, uncross. Cross your arms, then uncross, then cross your arms. And I'm like, where is he going with this? And he said, wait, now, okay, everybody uncross. Now I want you to cross them the opposite way you done it before. And I'm sitting there trying to do that thing. And I'm like, that thing didn't feel right. It was completely, it was just a minor change. We're about to go a major change, but wait a minute, it's not Freebay. It's not what we're doing here in this organization. Change is inevitable. We're changing all the time. We change jobs, we change relationships, we change locations, we change cities. You have to adapt to change and be willing to change and grow. It's a part of the business. No, it's not a part of business. It is a part of life. Change is a part of life. I grew up in Newport News, Virginia. Go ahead, Mr. Please say something, man. Help me out.
Well, I don't want to cross your thought. You want to finish that thought, but I definitely got a piece I want to
I don't want to go down any rabbit holes all my stories. Go ahead, say something, please.
All right. So question, family. How many of you guys are old enough to remember checks, writing in a checkbook? How many of y'all are old enough to remember that? Type me. All right. Now, there weren't always checks. Folks used to use cash. It was cash and carry. There was no other medium of exchange, cash, and you go in a store and you use cash. That was it. Maybe coins, but you use cash for as long as all of us can remember. And then they came up with this thing called checks. And a check was a receipt or an invoice that connected to your bank. And if you had money in the bank, you wrote a check, you handed it to the cashier, and they used to didn't have a scanner. There was not a check scanner. They would just take the check, put it in the cash register. That was it. Then we started being able to write the check for more than what we were buying, and they would give you cash in change. You could actually get cash advanced from your check. Then they came up with a check machine. Why? Because people started floating money. They would literally write a check and knew they didn't have money in the bank, but they knew it would take 3 to 7 days for the check to get back to the bank, and they would be trying to come up with money to put in the bank before the check got there. Anybody remember that? Don't raise your hand. Don't raise your hand. All right. But you'd write the checks. And then one day, like magic, there was a debit card. And you guys remember when everybody was saying, man, I ain't using that plastic. Man, shoot, you lose that thing and somebody got on you. Now, no one has checks. Very few people, just every now and then, you probably still have a checkbook. You might write one check a year. Nobody has checks. And now we have debit cards and credit cards. And then they came up with something called Apple Pay. And so you got Apple Pay and PayPal. And then you got Tap to Pay. You can tap your phone on the thing and it deducts the money. And I was on a webinar today with Freebay, and man, it was just masterful. And Norbert Take was talking about how he woke up this morning and his trading robot, his trading robot said, I see a change in the direction of Bitcoin. It's going to lose value, and you need to put your money in a stable coin because the Bitcoin's about to go down. So stabilize your profits. Let Bitcoin fall all it wants. You're out of that particular asset while it's volatile, and the stable coin will hold your value. So he put his value in USD Tether, and sure enough, the Bitcoin fell $700, $800. He didn't lose any money because he watched the robot, the artificial intelligence. And as he was talking about what he was doing, my brothers and sisters in the chat room, they were going in, oh my God, he lost me. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh my God, it's gonna take me forever to learn this. And I was like, shut up. Like, just 2017, how many of y'all couldn't even spell cryptocurrency? You're like, what? What?
What's that?
You didn't even know what a cryptocurrency was, right? And here it is, 2.5 years later, you're using my Ether wallet and private keys and public address and thumb drives and hard wallets and moving coins from my Ether wallet over to your Caribbean and getting Bitcoin on Cash App. And Ronald Vicks called me up. He said, hey, Miss Dalco, with that New Orleans, Miss Dalco, man, I got me some Bitcoin on Cash App, and it's still on the blockchain. It ain't showing up in my Caribbean wallet yet. Ronald Vicks, 60 years old, talking about blockchain and wallets and transfers and still, what? Guys, your brain is a supercomputer. It has one purpose, and its purpose is to figure stuff out. What happens now? See, this is my wheelhouse right here. This is where I'll spin around in my chair like I talk about this for an hour. Look, my dad said, trust your brain, boy. And I said, Daddy, what are you talking about? He said, your brain is there to figure stuff out, not you. And we can't separate ourselves from our brain. You're not your brain. You have a brain. Mm-hmm. You are not your brain. You have a brain, right? You ever thought something? And you're like, where'd that come from? That came from you. You're a spirit being out there in the ether gathering information, and you are literally plugging it into your brain. Your brain is figuring stuff out. Mm-hmm. So when you hear stimuli, you're putting stuff in your brain, and then you wake up the next day more intelligent than you went to sleep. So what I was trying to tell the people in the room is relax. Put it in your ears. This is your programming apparatus. Let it go in your ears and in your eyes, and let your brain do what God put your brain in the skull and protected it and wrapped it in bone and flesh. Let it do what God designed it to do. It's designed to think. How do you think you know all the stuff you know? When you were a baby, nothing, they didn't plug you into a wall to program you. You were just in an environment where words were being spoken and your brain figured out how to translate it into a language. You are a divine being with a supercomputer between your ears. Isn't it amazing that it's between your ears? There's one input on this side and one on that side, so that you gather stimuli and your brain just figures it all out. And all of a sudden, you wake up a year later and you're Ronald Vick. Hey, Mike, I got this crypto. I got it in my Cash App and I sent it over the blockchain to my big. He talking like a crypto expert at 60 years old, whatever. I don't know how old Ronald is. Him and Sharon look so doggone good. I don't even know their age, but I know he's older than me and I'm 56. Okay, so the point is, none of us knew anything about cryptocurrency. And then we were forced into an environment, and guess what your brain did? It learned it. So stop telling yourself this is over my head. Don't tell yourself, at least don't do it around me, because I'm not going to let you get away with it. Don't tell yourself I can't get this, it's too hard. Guys, we just learned cryptocurrency in 12 months. We know it, and you're going to learn trading too. As a matter of fact, you better, because fiat dollars are going away. You can act like fell off a turnip truck all you want to. There will come a day when there won't be any greenbacks in your pocket. Mm-hmm. Believe that. Oh, the empire is striking back. Decentralized currency will be regular as all get out. Your grandchildren will never know what is that paper in your pocket? Right. There was a commercial on TV where this guy had a debit card, and this little kid, they pulled it out their wallet, and this little kid said, "Uncle, whatever, what is that?" And he said, "It's a debit card." And the little kid was like, "Why are you using that?" He said, "I got my money on it." And the kid was like, "That's crazy. You could lose it." Guys, I'm telling you, the technology is coming where you'll do a retina scan and your account will be debited. You won't need to even memorize anything. The world is changing. You can sit there as stubborn as you want to be. How many of you said you would never use this? This cell phone. I ain't using that. And everybody's got one. Your children have one. Who said they weren't going to use Facebook? That's the devil. Everybody got 2 billion Facebook accounts. You're going to change either by force or by free will. You may as well just go ahead and change. Go ahead and get used to change being the norm. Change is not the exception, that's the rule. Yep. You better change. The ability to change is going to be currency in the future. It will be currency. All right, I'm done with my sermon right there. Yeah, that fires me up.
You're right on the money, but it is currency. And that's why there's so many young folks, 25 and 30 years old, who've made millions of dollars with technology already, 25 and 30, because they didn't have to change. They were born with the technology. I mean, my son Gabriel right now, I can just hand him a box with a computer and walk away. Okay, he's been figuring out since he was 10 years old. We just give him the box, and he go in there, figure out, put it on. I don't even understand how he does it. Okay, but I look back at myself. I asked Val some other day. I said, do you remember being taught how to read? Okay, I don't. I just know one day I could read. I was reading before I was 2 years old, so I was not taught how to see. This brain, Mr. Delco talk about, is so powerful. I'm gonna get off that, but I will say two things. Here's the beauty of being plugged into Wealth Builders Worldwide. You can trust the system. See, I just do what Dr. Sykes and Mr. Delco say do. I mean, I know that. I knew you go, Tyrone, you just crazy. Hey, what did Mr. Delco and Dr. Sykes say? Get cash, go. Got cash, go. Came with the coins to get the coin, got the coin. Okay. I mean, I understood the business. Same thing when I got in networking. They said, what do? Go sponsor people. I've been hearing the leaders say for a lot people, we're in the people business. The most important talent you can develop over your period in network is go learn how to build a network and get people. And you'll be surrounded with people who know more than you know about the technology, okay, about how these things work. And if you trust your upline, you trust this system you're a part of. If they say go get cash, go get it. This is get a number 4-pack, go get it, and teach your team to get a number 4-pack, and you will have success without you knowing everything that's got to be like all without you even knowing all this stuff we talking about right now today. Mr. Dirk, I appreciate that, man. Change. Hey guys, let me share some a little tidbit for you. African American people of African American descent struggled in this industry for years. Throughout the 70s and 80s, we struggled. You know, when we started to ascend to higher ranks in the network marketing business, watch this little secret, because we like to function on cash. As a rule, Black folks have always used more cash than anything else in America, as a rule. And until the debit card came out, okay, that means we'll function on cash, we had a tough time in the networking business because everything was cash and carry, and the business didn't function well with cash and carry throughout the 70s and 80s. It just didn't. But as that Visa card came out, and you understand that Visa card came out, man, MasterCard lost it, man. Nobody's gonna do that. I'm gonna give you one other little change. Okay, I can remember saying that online, who's gonna buy online? People love going to the mall, love shopping. Man, couldn't have been no more wrong than that. I mean, there were people predicted that day will come when people will not want to go to the mall. It's here.
Oh my God.
It's here.
Oh my gosh.
People thought you were insane to say something.
Oh my gosh. I said to myself, I will never shop online. Who is dumb enough to shop online? You got to try the shirt on. It's not going to fit. What if you don't like it? You got to send it back. It takes 3 days for you to receive it. I'll be doggone if I hate going to them. I haven't been to a mall in 6 months.
Right.
Look, my granddaughter needed a desk because they're homeschooling. I said, babe, go on IKEA website and get baby a desk and a chair. And then I got my son's address, and we paid for the desk, put the shipping address, boom. I mean, I wish I would get in the car and drive to IKEA and put something in my hand and put it in the car and drive to the car, roll to the car and put it in my Range Rover and scratch up that interior. I wish I would. Man, no way. Man, it's everything. And look, they got food to your door. You literally order dinner. That food arrives, but by dinner time, it's on dry ice for the cold stuff, and it's in a refrigerated foil, a heated foil wrapper for the warm stuff, and you bring that stuff, and some of it's ready to eat. If it's not, you can put it in a pan, warm it up, put it in an air fryer, man, you're done. Like when people say, I don't cook no more, and literally it's as economical as going to the grocery store.
Hey, Mr.
Literally, man, I'm telling you.
You know what I'm excited about? You know what I'm excited about? When Amazon delivered that water to my house, man, that stuff heavy. And you're in the grocery store, pick it up, 5, 6 cases of water, throw them in a basket, push them all out to your car. Man, I said, oh my God, this is, man, fattest go online. Here come that Waiakea water, and then feed with a Gabe only likes Fiji water. And Valentine like this Waiakea water. They bring up 5, 10 kids, just bring it here. I hate even bringing it. I wish they'd bring it in the house and set it in the garage. But, they just bring it to the doorstep. I'm like, God, man, set this up over here. It's incredible, man. I don't lift that stuff no more. Okay.
Hey, one more thing. I saw one of my family members said, I won't order clothes online. I got to try it on. But let me tell you something. They've got like M. Taylor. M. Taylor is a website where you stand up and take a picture and it measures you. Like, guys, listen, I'm telling you right now, you order something online, order a suit, you can check the thread count, you can check the quality, and guess what you get? You get a savings because there's no store that you got to buy when you buy that suit. There's no cashier that you got to pay when you buy that suit. There's no security department, no mall rent, no parking space attendants. When you go to the mall to buy a suit, you're paying everybody in that supply chain. You're paying everybody. When you order that suit online and it doesn't fit, they send you a return document and a little label, and you put it right back in there and ship it back for free, and they'll send you a better size. Oh my God, I'm so sold on. It takes a lot to get me to go to the store, man.
Nice little monogram shirt. Okay, got my initials on it, man. It's nice.
Come on.
I ordered right online. I click. Hey, I need me 5 more shirts. Click. Got my man, please. Okay, that day is over. Anyway, man, see what time is
one more. All right, I needed this gazebo to go on my back deck, right? And so me and Mo, we drove to 3 different Home Depots. They didn't have it. And then it hit me. I said, babe, can we go online? Just like, but then, you got to get it delivered and assembled. So, and like literally went online, find a better deal, better gazebo, everything. Like, man, the world is, we went through all of that, guys, to just say the world is changing, right? The world is changing. That's it. You got to be prepared to change, learn, and adapt. That is beautiful. I love
Think
that
about what
one.
how all the restaurants have changed, and the fast food places they just exploded since this whole COVID thing. I'm saying. Anyway, status. Oh my God. Okay, what time? What time is for real? What time is it? I don't even know. I got my watch on. I never said it. I ain't said. What's it, 11 o'clock? Okay. Anyway, folks, look, if you got to go, you got to go. Oh, we're gonna get to these points. We're gonna try to be fast, but that was a big one because that's what holds so many people back. Just changing. My mother called me by accident on her phone. She FaceTimed me the other day, man. She was so excited. My 83-year-old mother, God bless her, man. She FaceTimed me by accident the other day, and I answered the phone. And said, "Whoa!" I said, "Mom, looking at you. You looking at me?" She had a ball. She had FaceTimed by accident. I said, "Mom, I told you just press buttons of them, man. It all works." Status. What people think. Okay. Status number
Oh,
7.
Mr. Best, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got to go back. I got to go back. I got to go back. I got to tell on you for a second.
Okay.
So y'all know Mr. Best. He can talk, right? He can talk, man, and he inspires millions. And there's this tool out there in the world called Facebook Live. Like literally, you can just, you know, like he would do a YouTube video every now and then, and that was a good way for him to get exposure. But people want to hear this man who's been free for 30 some years. They want to hear him talk. And he can talk. So he was like, he was just, root me on doing Facebook Live. And then one day I said, man, you need to do Facebook Live. He's like, man, he was reluctant and resistant. And then he said, well, how you do that? And I don't know if I showed him before he got to Atlanta, but maybe he was in Atlanta. I don't remember exactly.
No, who's on the phone? He said, go to your
Over the
Facebook
phone.
page. I said, right this desk. He said,
Tell the story, Todd. Tell the story because you're better than me on that.
He said, go to your Facebook page. I put it up on the phone. He said, see that thing right there said live? He said, touch that thing and start talking. I said, that's it? Yeah, that's it. You gotta be kidding, man. You understand, I hadn't done it for months. I pressed that button and said, oh, and started talking. I said, you gotta be kidding me. That's it? And I still got people right now who scared to do that. And then see some home, God bless you. He told me, Sarah, you got to open your room on Facebook. Because now Facebook got this room, your private room or something. And I still haven't done it, but I got to do it, see, so I ain't forgot. And I'm not scared to. I just hadn't got around to doing that yet. So, I mean, we got all this technology at our fingertips, man. But look, guys, you don't know how many things. Every time I call Mr. Well, how you do that? How you do that? What you do with this? How you get that going? Okay, great, got that. Man, that's the beauty of this community. Everybody want to help you. So don't be afraid to ask the question, how do I get this done? And Facebook Live, if you're not doing at least 1 or 2 videos on Facebook, if you're just not in the game, or you're just not in the game, okay? I don't care what your hair look like. I don't care what your face look like. I don't care what you think you look like. I'm on Facebook Live right now, and I'm on GoRocks.info, okay? So I'm telling you, man, and I had 1 or 2 people almost every week sign up. I don't know where they got my information from. I don't know where they found information from, but they pulled it from some video they found. Man, we worldwide. That's something my Facebook takes you worldwide right now. You've heard Tanisha Glassford story. She woke up, got on Facebook. First thing she saw is Sherry Brown's on Facebook talking about what? Gold. She signs up. Anyway, okay, stats. Can we go? Let's go to stats. Okay, we got a couple more to go, folks, when we're done. This is a big one too, because this one right here stops so many people from building their business because people are so concerned about what other people think. And again, that's not your fault. We've been conditioned. Peer pressure and all those things dictate what we do. We drive the same car. If a car comes out as popular, all of a sudden everybody got to have that same car. We're susceptible to peer pressure. This is what we do all our lives. We dress alike, we act alike, we talk alike, we do the same things. Okay, so when we want to step outside that pack and do something different, man, it takes a certain degree of courage to do something different. It really, truly does. And so status is an overconcern what other people think. You hope they like their car. You're gonna buy a car to impress them. I've said it to Mr. Delco. I've said to other leaders in this company. I said, if you want your new Mercedes, you start making the bucks, and you want your new Mercedes or a Rolls Royce or a Bentley or Escalade or a Tahoe or a Denali, whatever it is you want, go buy it because you want it. Do not buy it to impress your team. Don't buy it to impress people because you think when I get this brand new Escalade, they're gonna start getting the business because now they know I'm making some money. No, it might get their attention for a minute, but for a person to build this business, they got to reach deep inside them and find that thing inside of them. Mr. Delco's Range Rover will motivate him for a day. Okay, my Rolex might motivate you for an hour, but ultimately you got to find that thing inside of you, and then you got to divorce yourself. See, a lot of folks are all concerned what my neighbor think, what my friends think, what my colleagues gonna think, especially if you're highly educated or if you got a good job that has, status. You work for one of the Fortune 500 companies. And all that concern, but man, I didn't care when I saw freedom, I didn't care. There I was working for the second largest corporation on the planet selling soap part-time and vitamins. Okay, I wasn't selling soap and part-time and vitamins. I was selling freedom and I was chasing freedom. And freedom was way more important to me than what the boss thought and all my coworkers thought about what I was doing. Okay, you got to get to that place because some of you are walking past your everyday coworkers. I'm not saying go anyway. Everybody got that. I don't want to spend a lot of time. You got to deal with this status thing. Especially, I'm talking to specialists out there who got a doctorate degree or their master's degree, their MBA, and the company started taking care of you. You got to think a bigger dream and how much can you really accomplish if you go out on your own. Okay. I liked what I did my last 10 years in corporate America. I never woke up one day and disliked my job. The last 10 years in corporate America, first 8, didn't like it all. But my 10 years working for Toyota Motor Sales, I gotta say, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I never woke up and said, I can't stand, I don't want to go to work today. I still had a dream. I liked the job. Okay, I liked the fact they watched my, anyway, who cares? Overcome obstacles. Okay, every time you have a dream, when you decide to dream, it's the dream, and then the dream, folks, is followed with a struggle. Man, see, this is kind of fundamental stuff I wish they teach kids in school. You got a dream? Great. We're gonna see how much you want that dream. When I say we, I mean life. I mean society. I mean the universe. I mean the devil. I mean God. I mean somebody outside of you gonna say, you got a dream? Well, we're gonna see when we validate that dream. Do you really want that dream? Or will you balk at the first adversity? The average person, if they do get a dream, if they do get a spark of hope, they will buckle at the first rejection. They'll buckle at the first no. They'll buckle when they go home and their spouse say, you can't do that. They go, okay, I didn't really want to do it anyway. And then even after you make up your mind, this is what you're going to do. Go ahead, Mr. Delco, man, say something, please.
You felt me burning way over there. You felt me burning all the way in Virginia. All right, guys, I got an equation for you. Dream and the prize are sandwiching the struggle. The struggle is sandwiched in between the dream and the prize, right? Y'all got me on that. Woo. In between the dream and the prize is the struggle. The struggle is sandwiched in between the dream and the prize. Know it or not, the dream and the prize are synonymous. Here's the deal. The struggle proves whether it was really a dream or not. Okay, because the dream becomes the prize if it's a real dream, because the struggle proves if it's a real dream or not. If you have a dream and you don't have any struggle, anything going on, there's nothing to temper or to prove that dream, right? The struggle is the proof that you have a dream. If there's no struggle, if there's no opposition, if there's no resistance, you don't have a dream. Yeah. The struggle says you have a dream. If you don't have a dream, you won't struggle. You might have some challenges in life, but that struggle proves that your dream, you've really learned how to dream. When you've really learned how to dream and that dream is real to you, that's the only thing that makes the struggle real in the first place. By the way, like if you don't have something that you got a burning passion for, you can't be disappointed.
It was the
you can't be disappointed.
It's also the struggle is what makes the dream worthwhile, the prize worthwhile.
That's exactly right.
If you don't have to struggle to get it, it can't be worth much. So you know what? You don't have to struggle to get a job. 95% of Americans got one. Okay, there's no struggle. I mean, it's a struggle when you don't have one. You're looking for one, but once you get it, it wasn't that hard to find one. If you got a little education behind you, a little background, look. Employees are always looking for somebody who will do the job and do a good job. That's the truth. Okay. That's why there's no struggle to have it. That's why there's 90+% employment. Yes, there's some 51 million people who filed for unemployment. That has more to do with COVID than anything else. Typically, employment runs unemployment runs 8 to 10%. That means 90% of people got a job. One time I heard Tony Brown from Tony Brown Journal one time. He said, people talk about Black people need to find jobs. He said, I don't think so. He said, there was one point in America, there was 100% employment. It was called slavery. Okay, everybody had a job from birth to grave. Okay, he says, so I don't think the job is the answer. We're looking for opportunity. We're looking for a chance to change our lives. Everybody need to be a job. We had that one time before, 100 years ago. Just a different perspective, so I threw it in there. But the dream, the struggle, then the pride. I shouldn't have said that. I know I shouldn't have said that, Mike. But it is, so I threw it in. The dream, the struggle, and then there's a prize at the end. And the greater the struggle, watch this. Oh my God, the greater the struggle, the greater the prize. Freedom is a serious struggle. And then once you get free, Mr. Decker heard me say, I said, Mr. Decker, you're free now. You know the struggle is now what? To stay free.
Stay free.
Ooh. That's a whole nother ball game.
Look, check it out, guys. So I want y'all to learn this lesson by hearing it, not by doing it. I want you to learn this lesson by hearing it, not by doing it. As you walk into your wealthy place, don't live like what's coming in is what's always going to be coming in. It might keep on to eternity, but live your life in complete control of your wealth. Live your life in complete control of your wealth, because you can have a 2019. Listen, somebody, you can have a 2019. Somebody that was in Karatbars in 2019 know exactly what I'm talking about. You can have a 2019 followed by a 2020. Anybody in the house? Anybody with me? You can have a 2019 followed by a 2020.
Woo!
Oh my goodness, guys. You can have a 2019, somebody need to post that. You can have a 2019 followed by a 2020. Who knew? We're in 2019, man. We running like it's 1999. We just blowing up. And then 2020 hit, and it was almost to the day. Like, what just happened? Mm-hmm. Like, we barely got into 2020 and all hell broke loose on us. If you live 2019 like it wasn't always going to be 2019, you should be sailing through 2020 right now, right? So when you get that prize, you got to struggle to keep that prize, right? Don't live like everything just going to be easy from now on, because the devil not going to stop coming after you. No, he's not going to stop coming after you.
But you know what that comes from? That comes, Mr. Duck, from having a job mentality. So if you get a job and you manage to keep that job, like old days for 10, 20 years, the job is a steady thing. They might only give you 2% raise, but that money, that is like this. But the entrepreneur life is like this. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Look, you guys have heard me tell the story. 1996, man, that 14-month period made $1 million. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. But see, I was mature. Thank God I was 40 years old. I learned, don't spend everything, don't buy everything. Look, watch this. And the next year, now I know you're not going to feel sorry for me, because we made $1 million one year, and then the next year made like $200,000. Now I know you said that was struggling. Well, yeah, it's like when people one time was joking out talking about MC Hammer was broke. He said, well, compared to MC Hammer made 33 million one year, okay, and 600,000 next year. Well, yeah, you feel broke. So it's this money thing is a trip, man. Okay, so you got to be on top of this money thing, because you're gonna have, when you become entrepreneur, you're gonna have these things. But even your low lows, look, I just told you, I made $1 million one year, 200,000 next year. I struggle about 200,000 from home in my pajamas. Okay, it's all relative, I'm saying, but see, keep this.
Hey, look,
but let me. Woo.
No, look, what somebody said in the chat room, and I get the tone and tenor that they were saying. They said, what happened to all that 2020 clarity talk? That's exactly what 2020 has been. It has been absolute clarity. You definitely found out what was real and what was fake, what's important and was just luxury. You found out that you better take better care of your money, better care of your health, better care of your relationships. Man, I was telling a brother today, he was like, we disagree on a few things, political things and different, policy things and all that kind of philosophy. We disagree on some stuff. I said, bro, I could care less what we disagree about. I know what we do agree on. I said, we agree that we want to take care of our family. We agree that we want to build wealth. We agree that we want to be healthy. We agree that God loves us. We agree that we have common purpose. Look, I don't care what you disagree with me on. I don't have time to disagree with you. Life is crazy and short. People dropping like flies. I'm thankful to be alive. I got my life, my health, my strength. Right? You learn to be thankful for the things that you have. Right? You don't stress out about these minor things. 2020 has been a year for me of extreme clarity. Oh my God, I'm ready for I'm ready for the harvest, the next harvest. I'm so ready. 2020 has been amazing. Don't you dare. I heard somebody say, I wish we could do a redo on 2020. I don't. Man, I learned some valuable lessons this year. How many of you guys learned some lessons this year that you wouldn't have learned in good times? Trials and tribulations are way better teachers than good times.
Hey,
come on now.
God, look, you just led me to my final point on the struggle thing. Let's talk about our business for a minute. See, because I heard a principle one time, and it's called the principle of pruning. It says God don't prune anything that can't grow. When you prune your rose garden, it grows. When you prune it, it grows back further, more abundant. It grows. I say this year been a year of pruning. Now you may not understand the business, but I've seen this over and over again where we have to be prepared for success. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, for some of you who made a 50 or 100 or 200 or 300 grand last year and have learned some valuable lessons on how you want to manage and handle that, you're gonna truly appreciate this lesson as we go into 2021. As Freebay coming to full fruition, as the V999 coin kicks in, as all this stuff kicks in, and you look back over 2019 and said that was chump change, but you're gonna learn that whoa, as Grant Cardone says, you want to learn how to save 40, 50% of your income. You want to live on less, okay? And when you got that lesson now, so when you look up, you find yourself at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 a month, you don't lose your mind and start living on $60,000, $70,000 a month. You start thinking, I'm gonna stockpile some money, because your goal is to be free and to be free forever. Or you may get some things, you may get your Ferrari or Lamborghini, some things, especially some of the young folks out there. Okay, but folks know who are older know what I'm talking about. Your priority shifts. Okay, anyway, got that? We've been pruned this year, as far as I'm concerned. We've been pruned, and now we're ready to go to the next level. Okay, and some of you are here for it. Okay, become a pro. What's a pro? Val was reading an article to me. I told you Val been getting these articles. I don't know where they come from, on whose list she fall on, but these are the most anti-network marketing articles I've ever read in my life. I don't know where they come from. They're just horrendous, but they're coming from a place of lack of knowledge. Like somebody just read a piece, they wrote some negative stuff, right? Here's my point to it. Here's my point. It talk about harassing people. The article, one article is talking about harassing, begging, pleading. Your relatives have already told you no, and you're going back to them 20 times. Okay, I'm going to ask you to let's become pros. Okay, a pro don't beg. A pro don't chase. A pro don't harass. Pros don't bribe people into the business. You do mine, I do yours, and all that nonsense. To become a pro, what do pros do? Pros sort. Pros sort. Looking for somebody like Tanisha Glassman, Sherry Brown, Maxine Jones, Rodney Berger, Roger Williams. You look for I want to do this thing. You're sorting. Don't beg, don't chase, don't harass, don't bribe. Become a student of the business and become a pro, and understand on a planet of 7 billion, there are people out there who want to be a part of your team, who are ready to build this thing, but you got to go through the numbers. Okay? You're not going to sponsor Aunt Betty and Uncle Charlie, and they're going to make you a multimillionaire. Thank God they got in, but don't count on make you a millionaire. Go out there and say, I'm going to keep talking to folks. Look at some of the people on this call who you have already sponsored 100, 200, 300, 400 people. Why? Because there's no shortage of people. There's a shortage of dreamers. Become a pro. Okay? Number 10. I know we've been here a long time. We're gonna get off. Okay, everything rises and falls with leadership. Okay, leadership. Everything. That's not me. That's John Maxwell. But I learned it long before John Maxwell reinforced it in my mind. Every company, every organization, every football team, basketball, everything rises and falls with leadership. Dr. David Hollis sent me a thing the other day about a former professional football player. And he said, when somebody wanted to trade him or talk about another organization, the first thing he would ask, who is the owner? Who is the owner of the football team? And you look at the NFL, look at the NFL, look at Major League Baseball, look at the NBA franchise. Why is there certain franchises that win consistently over and over again? It's because all the talent want to go to that team? Or is there something about the attitude of the owner that instills this winning philosophy in the whole team, in the whole organization? They have an organization that thrives for excellence. Leadership is everything. You know why I'm in Free Bay right now? Because of Dr. Harold Constantine Seitz. Okay. You know why I'm here? Because that's the first question I asked in 2013. I didn't ask about the goal. I didn't ask is the goal real. I didn't ask them amateur questions. I mean, I figured they've been in business 3 years. Somebody already asked, is the goal real? Okay. I figured that, you know, I'm surprised we come in and ask, is the goal real? Come in business almost 10 years now. You're going to come in and ask, is the goal real? Anyway, I apologize for those who've done that, but I'm sorry. But see, I got 30 years of experience in my belt. I didn't work. Is the goal real? Or has anybody made any money? I figured they've been in business 3 years. Somebody made some money. See, all those, I didn't have that. I had one question. Who is the owner? Tell me about him. I asked 3 particular people about that one question. Who is the owner? Tell me about him. Okay. And I said, okay, this I want to do. And I came out of my semi-retirement zombie state. And I said, I'm going for it. I'm going to chase this dream hardcore one more time. Hardcore. I'm going to give everything I got. Okay. And then I became even more solidified when I heard these statements from the owners that I'm going to be here till they throw the dirt on my grave. And you asked Mr. Delco, every time Mr. Delco called me any kind of, I said, I'm like, what is Harold thinking? Okay. You know, I said, I said, what is Harold thinking? What's the next move? Because that meant something to me. And while I'm on this, I'm gonna turn over to Mr. Delco. While I'm on this leadership thing, last time I'm still on leadership, and it's also about edification. I'm not just saying this about Dr. Seitz. I done had dinner with the man. I done partied with the man. I done had breakfast with the man. He done been out Let's Go weekends. I've had dinner and breakfast with Thomas Fillet. These are folks I know. Okay, these are folks I know. I have a relationship with. I'm not going to sever the relationship because some temporary challenge or temporary situations. I may not like them, just like you may not like them. Okay. But I've learned, hey, but I say, I understand something about lawyers. That's why I've been married 46 years. Okay. I understand something about that. Okay. I don't bail when challenges come about. It's about leadership. Okay, Mr. Delco, you want to add something, man? Okay. And let me say this edification thing. If your ego is in the way and you're having a tough time edifying your sponsor, and by the way, I understand. Don't edify your sponsor. If your sponsor's not plugged in, not doing the business, you got to find somebody upline you can edify. If you haven't memorized Mr. Delco's story, if you don't know Chadisha Glaspie's story, if you don't know Roger Williams' story, if you don't know the leader's story, then you're not in edification mode. And if you're not taking the time to introduce, hey, look, I know I love about Mr. Billy Bill. Billy Bill called me almost every single day with 1 or 2, 3 ways every chance. I mean, Billy Bill will call 5, 10 times a week. He gonna introduce me to somebody who just got a package, somebody who just signed, or somebody just got cash go. And we don't be long, just maybe 30 seconds. Mr. Steph McNeil got that thing too, man. If you're not in, I'm not saying you got it, man. I'm not talking about edifying me. I'm talking about edifying your upline. I was on the phone with one of our goal directors, Elise, today, and we was talking about building depth. And he was talking about there was a person 2 removed from him that's active in the business. It's not a criticism of where he was. I'm trying to make a point. She didn't know he was in. She didn't know that she was in his downline. Okay. Now that's not his fault. That's her sponsors who never introduced her to his upline. 2 removed. How is that possible? And I can tell you right now, that's another seminar. That's leadership. That's edification. I talk about edifying Mr. Delco all the time. Well, I edified Mr. Delco. I edified Dr. Sy. I edified Thomas Philly. I edify the corporation. I edify the product. You got to get this thing in your heart. I edify people downline. I edify Sherry Brown, Willie Brown. I edify Maxine Jones. I edify Dwayne Taylor. I'm in constant edification mode. I have to lend my credibility to them so they can develop credibility. They have credibility with their team. And if you're not utilizing your upline to help build your business, that is a vital tool. And that's impacting your success in building your team. If you believe, well, I'm going to keep my team to myself, go ahead. I guarantee you, you're going to have a small team. You're not going to build a team with 10, 20, 30, 40, 100,000 people and you be the show. Because everybody's not going to like you. Just like everybody don't like me. But they might like me, but they may love Mr. Delco. Or some people don't like Mr. Delco, but they may love me. Some people don't like neither one of us, but they love Sherry Brown. Some people like Sherry Brown, but they like me. That's what edification and relationships is all about, folks. Okay. So the last thing I'm gonna add, Mr. Delco, well, this is the last point. And this is a key, and this is a secret. I hope you've written these things down. Relationships. I said 10 points, but I said, oh my God, I left off the secret. Mr. Delco, I said, man, building an organization to 100,000 people is not hard. This is the third time I've done it. Not hard. You got a system that works, system that recruits 24 hours a day, 7 days. It's not hard. It's consistent effort over an extended period of time. It's not hard. And any of you right now can have an organization of 100,000 people. Just got to give yourself time to do it. And watch this. I said the key, the struggle is to hold it all together. It's not to build it, to get the numbers. It's how do you hold that organization together? And here's the thing that holds the organization together, folks. Relationships. Relationships, and they're not going to teach this in network marketing school, okay? Most of the time they don't teach this in the books you may read. It's relationships, that's the glue that holds it all together. Most people who are in this business, they got in because of a relationship they had with somebody, most. And most people stay in because of a relationship they have with someone in the business, okay? The glue that's going to hold your team together is the relationship. So you want people on your team to have as many relationships with people on the team as possible. And then here's one last secret. And then you as a leader want to build as many relationships as you possibly can in the depth of your organization. What I mean by the depth, if this is you and you sponsor Bob, Sally, Sue, Mary, Joe, and let's say all gold directors, and if you're trying to work through them, you're making a mistake. You want to get all the way down here to that last gold director or that last affiliate or that last whatever. See, the rank doesn't matter. You want to work that leg to the last person got in the city excited. You want to know who they are. And then you want to help them find somebody that's excited. And then you want to know who they are. And you want to keep driving that depth. I don't care if it's 1,000 deep, because the fire, the belief starts at the bottom. And when you start that fire relationship down the bottom, it will help solidify that whole leg because you know what's happening in that leg. Mr. Delco, tell you, I'm on the phone right now. People ask, I still spend 50% of my time with people in Mr. Delco's team right now. Based on that dual team, I don't have to do it. Okay. But that leg's gone. Okay. But why I do it? I don't take anything for granted. I constantly build because my goal is to have Mr. Delco's team to have 1 million people in that leg. I want 1 million people in the organization. Then I want 1 million people on his team. And I want to know the last person that got in last week, if I can. Okay. Relationships is the key to holding it all together.
I want to add a little part to that. I remember the first 3, 4, 5 years even of being in this business with Mr. Best and with Karatbars International. And I would literally walk around with my phone in my hand with my back office pulled up. And I would look at my commissions every 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. I would just go back there, how many people joined, how much money I made, you know, what's the dual team? I would look at it every 5 to 10 minutes for real. I couldn't go 10 minutes without being in my back office to see, did I add new people to the team every 5 to 10 minutes? Real talk. I have become so immersed and consumed with spending time with the team. Stephen McNeil called me today, and I lose myself in the time talking to his new affiliates and spending time on the phone with people all over the world. I forget whose team they're on. I don't care. It's, people call me, one guy called me today, said, man, I wish I was as busy as you. I don't even realize I'm busy. And the whole day will go by. I have not looked in my back office today, period. Not once. And it's because the real value is in you guys. It's us. It's the relationship that we're fostering and building. The money, I kind of already know the money's in the back office. I already know that the income is growing because the income is a result of the depth of relationships that you build. When Mr. Best says building depth, that means building multiple layers of sponsorship, but it also means have a deep, abiding relationship with the people on the team. Build deep, deep ties. That's why when we get to Let's Go Weekends in person, everybody's crying. Like, what y'all crying for? Like, you crying, you got this commonality of purpose, and you feel you really, truly, truly, truly. There are times when me and Monisha, we'll just be talking and we're planning and dream building for the future, and we'll just talk about Ronald and Sharon Vicks. Like, I've only known them like 3 years. Well, where does all this come from? It's we built relationships. You know, you say, I got to build a business. No, what you have to build is the relationships. You build a relationship with people, and then we build a business together. The money's a byproduct of the depth of relationships that we build. That may not be all consuming, but that's real. I believe that with my whole heart. I care about people's success. There are times when I'm thinking about, is this person, how are they doing? Man, matter of fact, I got to make a call tonight because I got a business partner and I hope that they're on right now. I'm praying for you. You've been in my spirit. Like, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you. Sandra and Irvin Williams, if you're on this call tonight, show up, because I promise you, you've been in my spirit for 3 days. I've been picking up the phone, you ready to call you, my phone would ring, and I got to work with somebody. But I'm telling you right now, I got to call them. Why? Because they're from Kenosha, Wisconsin. They had to leave their home and go stay in a hotel in another state to escape all the drama that's going on in Wisconsin. And I'll be waking up thinking about Irvin and Sandra. Business partners, family, relationship. It is everything. So that's my piece tonight. Thank you, Mr. Best, for letting me share a little bit with you.
Mr. Delco, I just had that same thing with the Vicks, because it's so funny you should say that. I'm laughing because Ronald Vicks called me last week, last Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. I think it was Wednesday, Thursday. And every day I'm saying, I got a call. Ronald Vicks, got a call. Ronald Vicks. And the day just gone. So I put him in the drive, and it went through my brain again. Got a call, Ronald Vicks. And I said, do it right now. Okay, because I knew if I come in the house, I was gonna get tied up again and the phone gonna be ringing. And I called him right then, we had a good chat. But I mean, that's the business. Okay. I talked to Eric Teray this morning. I said, look, I said, we talked for 4 days. I said, look, okay, look, man, I don't want to talk to you again until Friday because you taking too much time. Because he and I go down some roads that just all kinds of stuff. But that's the business, guys. It's a business relationship. And I want to say one more thing, and I don't know how. See, we could talk about the gospel networking for a while, but maybe we'll do another talk on it, because we left off, and this is critical. Everybody's write this down. Is number 12, the law of reciprocity. You got to build your business with that thought and brain in mind. You can't. It's not about, Mr. Doug said, when we put together Wealth Builders, I remember we have this guy said, why we put together Wealth Builders? I said, because there are a lot of orphans out there who not a part of my immediate downline, Mr. Decker, not gonna be a part of yours, but they're gonna need somewhere to plug in to get information about how to build this business. They need some place to go, okay? And this can be that oasis. This can be that place. This can be that free bay that they can come, okay, and find themselves a home, okay? And I answer the phone a lot of times. I'm talking to folks. I don't know who's allowed to sponsor me. I don't know if they're in our business. I don't know if they're on our team. I don't know any of that stuff. Okay, I really truly don't. But it's all about the relationships, and it's all about serving people. The law of reciprocity is you give not to get, but you give, and when you give, you're going to get. That is this business. We're here to serve, and the more people you serve, the more people you help, the more you're going to end up getting in return. So
Yeah.
you know,
I have another mentor, and I call him my social consciousness mentor. This guy's a civil rights icon, a poet laureate, literally won an Emmy Award for poetry. His name is Hank Stewart, and he made this statement to me. He said, "Mike, you gotta hang out with me." He's got pictures. He did a poem called "It" for Michelle Obama during inauguration. He had to go and recite his poem for the First Lady of the United States of America. That's how good this dude is. And he's a student of Joseph Lowry and C.T. Vivian and John Lewis. Him and John Lewis just pick up the phone and just talk hours. I mean, this dude is steeped in civil rights culture. Eric Toure Muhammad, that's a guy you need to meet. And I mean, just serious, socially conscious gentleman. And so he said, "Mike, you got to hang out with me, man. You got to be around these people. That stuff will rub off on you." And I was thinking business. I was thinking, yeah, Hank, I could get with them. I could get with you, man, and we could get some of these people connected, man. That'll really help my business. And he said, Mike, no. I said, what? He said, "Man, no, that's not why you build these relationships." He said, "You build a relationship just for the relationship." He said, "You come into this relationship seeing how you can serve and how you can be a blessing to them, and they be a blessing to you." He said, all the peripheral stuff that happens automatically. No, you just be for real about reciprocity. What can I do for you? All the relationships become symbiotic. Right. That was big for me. So, Mr. Best, thank you for adding that one. Reciprocity and relationships back to back. That's perfect.
yeah, I don't even know how I forgot it. Some of you said triggered it in my mind. That's why iron sharpen iron, folks. So look, I know it's been a long night. We gotta do this again. Come back and visit subjects. Because we didn't spend a lot of time on all the different tools in the business and how to use those things. But I hopefully we covered some fun. I mean, the real fundamental things that help you build your business and get your business off the ground. Get this sense of urgency. Grab hold of what's happening here over this next 90 days with FreeBay. Thank you, Mr. Delco. Thank you, Lisa Glassman, Roger Williams, Brother Dante Taylor, everybody, and all the folks who joined us. Thank you very much. Everybody have a good night. Ahoo.